Hello, Orinoco here again. Thought I'd show you this. This is a rather interesting Traxxas T-Maxx. I haven't seen it for quite some time because I actually put it away somewhere with a load of other stuff. And I've only just uncovered it again in the last couple of days. And I thought to myself, why not let's have a look at it and go and give it a run at some point, hopefully. So this is a rather interesting one because it was actually given to me in return for some what was essentially work that I did for somebody. So it was payment for work that I did for somebody. And it's interesting as well because it's not your ordinary Traxxas 3.3. It's actually missing some bits that a 3.3 would usually have, and it's got some other parts on it as well. And I'll tell you why that is in a minute, but let's have a look at it. Look. So what it is, well, it's fairly basic. I mean, this isn't the original wheels and tyres for it. I actually put some different wheels on there because the ones that it should have on it, on a 3.3, I don't like. I prefer these type, more like a tractor tyre. I prefer these. So I put these on there. I had the opportunity to, so I did. And also, this isn't, well, this probably isn't the correct shell for it, but it's one that I thought at the time actually suited it a lot better than all the other ones. So that's what it's got on it. Now, it's more or less brand new. I don't think it's really been ran very much at all. It's got a 3.3 engine on it. It's got everything that you would expect. It's got a built-in. I've currently got it on charge because, well, it really has sat for months in a very dark and dingy place, and there was a few mice dead near it as well. So I've obviously put those in the cooker, and I'm going to have those later on for dinner. I didn't realise that it had a battery in there, and when I took this off and noticed there was a plug, I thought, well, there's a turn up for the books. So I've stuck it on charge and we'll see what happens there. It was completely flat though. It's got the ridiculous little pincher for pinching off your fuel line. Well, it's supposed to be for when you want to stop your engine, you pinch that and it runs out of fuel. Absolutely ridiculous. They shouldn't even exist, but I'm going to leave it on there just for old time's sake, and so that I can show people and say, if you use one of those, you're a cock. It's got the wrong exhaust on it. This is a 2.5 exhaust. It should have a slightly bigger and longer exhaust for the 3.3, but I quite like the stumpy little exhaust. I think it's fairly cool. Everything else on it, it's got a wheelie bar as well. But it is, I mean, it's been used a few times. It's got some scratches on it. Oops, I've upset my charger now. Look, I've pulled out the... Sorry, you can stop beeping now. Sorry about that. Carry on. Don't mind me. Just carry on. Thank you. I need to charge up the battery for the one. Now, one of the annoying things about these Traxxas, these T-Maxxes, and any other one that uses that system is, and a roto start system, well, at least with a roto start that you would find on other cars, HPIs and whatnot else, at least if you don't charge or you've lost or something happens to your roto start battery or anything like that, you can use a drill. If you've got a drill that would turn over fast enough, you can use a drill. Just stick the little shaft in the end of your drill, away you go. But with this stupid design that Traxxas have come up with, you've got no choice. You have to use that rather daft, wherever it's gone, there it is, this rather daft wand thing. This is the only way to start it. I mean, it's ridiculous, but it's what they've done and it's the way they are. So I need to charge the battery up for this. I left the battery in it and it's connected, so probably flat as a pancake and probably not any good anymore, but I should try to revive it. Bear with me for 3 or 4 hours. Be milliseconds for you, mind you, but 3 or 4 hours. Let me charge up the receiver and this battery, and find some batteries for the transmitter, and then we'll fire it up. And hopefully, maybe in this video, but probably not, but stick around and we'll see, we might go and run it in a field somewhere. If not, it will be in another video, but we'll run it nevertheless. Give me 3 or 4 hours and we'll come back to it. Right, that was around about 11 o'clock this morning, and I'll be honest, the time now, as you can probably see, is just gone 20 past 7 in the evening now. 20 past 7 just gone. That battery finished charging 7 minutes ago, and I haven't yet charged the one for the wand thing, Majika. However, let's have a go anyway. Hopefully, it's got some juices left in it and we can suck them up and try and get it to fire up, because I just wanted to fire it up today. I want to hear it run. Do you want to hear it run? Will it run? This could be a will it run video. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Let's do it anyway, let's go. It's so bloody hectic in here at the moment. I've got PB blaster everywhere. I've been doing, I had to do some work on the brakes on my old campy van and some other bits and bobs, and I've got, just soldering irons and microphones and test leads, and it's just been one of those funny couple of months where everything's a bit dicky-wicky, you know what I mean? Not to mention the few videos that I did film, and I literally had no audio other than bzzz the whole bloody time. That was literally, one of them was an hour long. I literally filmed for a bloody hour. Even Morta was there. She said, "This is ridiculous." Anyway, all that had to be scrapped. So, where are we? Did I explain this? I can't remember if I explained it. I can remember, but I just choose to pretend to forget. This is all brand new, apart from a couple of drivers here and there. And these are built from scratch. These particular ones aren't actually made like in a factory. There's a bloke who buys all the parts, and what he does is he makes them up. Where around does that go? It goes that way. That's why this has got all the wrong bits on it. So there we go. At least we've got a power button now. It does have some electricity. Yeah, so that's why it's got all the wrong bits on it. It's not proper. It's not from the factory. So this is the transmitter for it, and I didn't have a chance. Oh, it's got batteries. Is it going to turn on? How do you turn these ones on? Oh, it's there. Oh. Oh. It went on and then it started flickering, and now it's oh, it's back on again. Right, we might have. Yes, what a legend. Alright, nice. Well, I thought that didn't have any batteries in it because it's so light. I just assumed it didn't have any batteries in it, but it has got batteries in it, and not only that, they seem to be working. So let's get the mixture. This is a mixture of every fuel known to man. And what I do is I gather them up when I get cars. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Did you hear that? Over there, old Manuel decided to knock some stuff over. But, he's agreeing, you know. Now, I must say, there are some cool Will It Run videos coming up. One of them, I think, has come from the bottom where the Titanic currently lives. It's pretty interesting. This one I don't think is going to be very hard to do. I think this one's going to fly. I need grab this old t-shirt. Now this one is, I don't want all the jam sandwiches to go in me drawers. This one I think is going to fire straight up, because I had this one running around about, must have been February of 2025. And now we're in September 2027. So, you know, it's been a couple of years, but I reckon this one's going to fire straight up. Here we go. I haven't primed it either. Should I bother priming it? I probably should. I'll do it your way. I'll put my finger over the exhaust. Well, that battery's got more electric in it than I thought it was going to have. Just as Grumpy Bollocks comes home, I can hear him. Oh, it's getting slower. Let me just see if I can jam a little bit of electric in this. I'll stick it on an amp or something. What is it? It is a... oh, it's an 1800. So I'll stick it on an amp, maybe a bit more than an amp. Jam as much electric in it as I can in a couple of seconds and we'll be back. While we're waiting for that to charge, how are you? How you doing? I'm just tidying a few bits and bobs up. Need to get some more of that PB Blaster stuff. That stuff you've got over there in America is good, you know. PB Blaster. We've got different penetrating fluids over here. But that PB Blaster stuff really does seem to do what it says on the tin. I'm really excited about getting this car going. Really excited about it. There's something about a T-Maxx, along with a Savage, that just screams the good times. Screams it. Speaking of the good times, I want you to comment how many of you are old enough to remember when times were good. Back in the 90s, well, before the 90s, but also, for me, I can just remember sort of the mid to tail end of the 90s, and some of the early 2000s were good. I'm going to say up to sort of 2010. That's after 2010 was when it just started to go downhill, and now we're on a very steep slope to the abyss. These days, you see, well, back then, do you remember, if you wanted to know something, you'd either have to find out for yourself, which meant putting a bit of effort in, and going and finding out, actually get up, go out, and find something out. Or you could phone up a friend who you thought might know, because there was such a thing. I mean, I've still got one now. I still use one of these. Oh, battery's gone flat. But I still use one of these, you know, proper mobile phone, you know. Hello. It's ironic the battery's flat, but I probably haven't charged that in over a week. Yeah. Anyway, you could phone up a friend with your mobile phone or the landline, you know. John? Yeah. Do you know how to do this or that? You know, that kind of thing. These days, everybody's stuck to the ones... I have got one, but it's in the drawer. You know, I discard it the minute I walk through the door. I'm not interested in it. Poison. Absolute poison. But everybody seems to be stuck to them these days. All the time. I was walking down the street the other day, and there's these people, younger than me, and some of them looked older than me, in fact, walking down the street, not even looking at where they're going, you know? And I'm thinking to myself, are we in some sort of zombie apocalypse? Like, everyone's just walking around. And it's just... And the other day, we was in a restaurant. And the tables all around us, next to us, either side, in front of us. I notice, I look around, when I'm in a restaurant or a cafe or wherever, I look around. Maybe I'm nosy. I don't listen into conversations, although sometimes you can't help it because they talk so loudly. But I just look around, and I think, that's a nice couple, or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And I noticed, and this isn't something new, I've been noticing it for a few years. You get couples, you get people, maybe the business meeting, you might think, that's definitely a business meeting, or that's a couple, husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, etc., etc. Families, in fact, all sitting at the table in a restaurant. All of them. What in the world happened to just each other's company? You might be thinking, now where are you going with this, Orinoco? I'm fed up with this. Where are you going with this? What has this got to do with anything to do with this bloody T-Maxx? Well, I'll tell you. Alright? I'll tell you what it's got to do with this bloody T-Maxx. Everybody nowadays uses the word, or the words, 2 words, I'm bored. And they don't even know the meaning of it. I can guarantee it. When I was young, well, even nowadays, but particularly when I was young, from all the way up to probably being 20 or something, yeah, about 20, I was never bored. Don't get me wrong, I did jump on the bandwagon, I learned it from people in school probably, and I would have said to my parents, I'm bored. But it lasted about 10 seconds and I was out in the garden running around, playing with swings or sandpit or doing something, catching worms and eating them for breakfast. I don't know. But everybody now says, I'm bored. Now, you're probably thinking again, what's that got to do with it, for goodness sake? Everything seems boring these days because everybody is used to instant entertainment. And the problem is, as you may well know, with most things in life, once the bar is raised, raised, anything below that bar just doesn't hit the spot anymore, does it? Right? So now, because everybody and all these youngsters, all these young people are being brought up with all these mobile phones, instant, the brain is going through all this emotions, happy, sad, angry, happy, sad, in seconds. When they haven't got that, they go somewhere. Their brain wants to be stimulated. It wants that high standard of stimulation. Dopamine. It wants that now. And it hasn't got it. So they feel bored. They feel fed up. They feel angry. They feel annoyed. Nothing to do. Yeah. Think about it. If you're a teenager now, you won't know how good it was before these mobile phone things come about. But I strongly recommend that you get rid of all that brain rotting, TikTok, Snapchat, and all that. And you're probably thinking, oh, for goodness sake, what's this got to do with the T-Maxx? Tell me. I'm telling you, I'm getting there. I'm passionate about this, alright? This is my passion coming out now. Part of the reason now these sorts of things are getting less attention, particularly Nitro, I mean, electric isn't helping, because electric... I'm surprised people have the patience to charge a battery up these days, but I suppose they can put the battery on charge and go and scroll on their brain rotting session device while the battery's charging. But Nitro, particularly, is going out of fashion, shall we say, because people think it's boring. Because they have to actually use their brain and actually do something with it. You actually have to put the fuel in it. You actually have to learn how to adjust the carburetor in such a way that will make the engine run adequately. You have to think. And if something doesn't work or something breaks, you have to realise, okay, this isn't working. How can I get it to work? I don't know what to do. Okay, I'll learn what to do. No. People don't want to do that because they got that. Yep. And to some of you, quite a lot of you, probably more of you than there is that won't agree, but most of you are probably going to say, well, get with the times. But the trouble is, the times are going down. That's what it appears like. Not me. No. I won't be sucked into all that. And neither should you. Because life, my friends, is bloody fantastic. Life, my friends, everything in it, it might seem like it's going downhill. But if you stop looking into your deaf device, brain rot device, put it down, kill it, and look around and see, even this bubble wrap will agree that the outside is much better. Get out there, do things. Get out there. If you've got a Nitro car and you're scared of it or you're frustrated with it, just learn things. I'm not saying you can't use your deaf device. Used properly, without the artificial intelligence, which is always wrong anyway. Using it properly, you can learn good things. For example, going onto YouTube and watching my videos. Use it properly. It's the same as a hammer. Yeah? Have I got a hammer? I haven't. There's a hammer. Same as a hammer. Used properly, it's a good tool. You can use it in all different manner of ways. Properly. It's a good tool, you know. Used wrongly, it can be very, very dangerous. Mobile phone is exactly the same. Let's see if we've got enough electric after I've just probably bored your brain to death, because none of you will care about what I just said. In fact, if I've still got even a quarter of the people watching now that was watching at the beginning, I'll be massively surprised, because the minute anybody hears something, what they know that they're doing wrong, but someone's talking about it, they want to switch off because they don't want to be interrogated. They don't want to realise that what they're doing is wrong. If you're one of them still watching, well done. Comment if you are still watching, by the way. Please. Thank you. Let's see if we've got enough electric in this battery while I drink from my camera lens. Smells and tastes like lofts, because I found it in the loft earlier on. Righty tighty, lefty loosey, let's see what we're doing here. Right, so we've done... Right, so that's 13 minutes of electricity gone in there now. I wonder if that's going to be enough. It was trying to fire, wasn't it? It was trying, so... you know, I reckon... does it go? It does go that way, yeah. I reckon we might be... Alright. That was at 1.3 amps charging that. Why isn't that? yeah, that was at 1.3 amps, and hopefully it did jam enough in there. Nickel metal hydride batteries. Right, here we go. I'll tell you what, that sounds pretty nice, doesn't it? That little stumpy 2.5 exhaust, it does sound good. This is a 3.3, so it should have a longer exhaust, and it should be chrome or silver. But that's alright. I like the stumpy little exhaust. I think they look pretty cool. In fact, they remind me of an older generation, because that's where they come from, an older generation. Let's fire it up one more time. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I don't expect it to run particularly well, because it's been quite some time, hasn't it? I'm pretty pleased with that, to be fair. What do you think about that then? The Traxxas T-Maxx 3.3 sat for exactly 27 years. And it runs like an absolute dream. Well, the next video of this, I'm going to put that battery in a longer charge. Oh, excuse me, hiccups. I'll put that battery in a longer charge. This will be ran in the next video, so if you want to see that, think about sticking around, and I'll catch you on the next one. If you was watching long enough, or if you didn't skip, think about what I said. Honestly, think about what I said, because I think it'll make your life a million times better than it is now. And just being away from all the poison, you know, you'll feel a lot better about yourselves. You really, really will. I'll catch you later on. Love life. Just think. Just think. For Orinoco. If not for yourself, do it for Orinoco, because Orinoco cares. Cheerio.